All right, fuck it. So I did this before with my 650, my Triumph, the 66. The exact same thing. Now I'm doing it with the VSA, like a wiring diagram. They're different. So I wish it was that simple, like every bike was the same, but most people's problems when it comes to working on anything, whether it's cars, motorcycles and shit, is the electrical part of it. They can't make sense of it because you can't see it. Most people who are mechanically inclined, when you see something, when you take it apart, you can pretty much figure out how it goes back together because you can't put a square in a round hole and vice versa. But the problem with electrical is you don't know, you can't see it. You know, you don't know how many amps, what wattage, how many volts, all that shit. So I'm gonna break this down. I've already did it where it's super simple. And you know, if you have a Beezer and you want to wire it up, you can just copy this one. Now, because the videos on Instagram and shit, like they don't let you do them longer than a minute, I have to break these down, so I'm gonna do them in multiple videos. Okay, so look, so this is the handlebars, right? There's a ground right here, the lever, clutch lever, right? Got a ground, a headlight, green wire. Dark blue comes down, goes up to the little brake light. There's a spring on here on your brake. When you pull this down, it pulls on the spring and it engages the tail light in your brake light. So you got this run into here, okay? Comes through here, completes the line to here to your tail light. So both of these stay on at the same time. This one is the ground to the tail light to here, okay? That's it. Boom, 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 and then ground, ground, okay? Like that, all right? So I'm gonna have to do like 3 or 4 of these and try and keep them under a minute. This is mainly for the boys, so for Rise kids, because this is their bike now. That way they can go back to these videos and they can work on this shit themselves, because I just got it all running now. I still gotta do the clutch, but that wiring was kind of funky, so I'm gonna clean it up and then I figured I'd explain it to them. All right, so you basically have this is your power box, your Paisan or your Boyer, right? And then you have your stator here that this is what creates the power. When this is spinning, when the bike's running, you have a coil wire and magnets and shit in there that creates it. All right, these two yellows that come off here, they go through the motor, through the clutch side and come out the bottom, and you connect them right here. These two yellow off this power box. That's what powers up this box right here. When the bike's running, tell me you kick it over, it produces sparks. So when it's running, it's producing spark. All right there. That's Sparks stator. Okay. They used to sell Mighty Max, all kinds of different ones. The stock one will say Lucas on it. I have a Sparks, which is a more modern version, a better one than the Lucas, the stock one. Anyway, power's here, comes here, right? Power comes out this black. You have a black, a red, and two yellows. This black connects to your tail light. Power coming in, and it comes out through here, right? And when you step on your brake light, when you step the lever, the spring, it pulls and opens up this circuit, and that sends power to the tail light, turns it on. When it's not engaged, the tail light stays on, but the brake light is off. All right, it completes through here, your tail light. All right, like that. There's a ground, that little ground wire coming off the tail light, grounded onto the handlebar. This is the blue wire from the headlight to here, comes back here to your tail light to here. These two come off the stator. This is what produces power. This comes through the clutch side down to the bottom of the motor, and then you got the two yellow wires connected to the two wires that go to the stator right here. That's what that is. That's it. That's your whole electrical as far as lighting is concerned. Okay, you don't even need none of that for the bike to run, because there's a magneto. So that's this. You have a primary and a secondary system. That's the verbiage we use with motorcycles. Okay, your primary light, it fires up the bike, and the secondary is what keeps all the lights and your blinkers and all that shit. We don't have blinkers on that bike. That's a 60. Less is more. I ride choppers. Fuck off. Don't look at your stock manual, because there's so much bullshit that came with that bike, the Triumphs and the BSAs, and when they came from the factory. I don't run bikes like that, man. It's just lights and fired up and go. That's it, man. You learn what your hand signals are if you need to do all that shit. People see you. They know what's up when you ride a bike like this. It's old school. It's chopper shit. All right, less is more. The lighter, the faster. The less shit you have, the lighter the bike is and the faster you can fucking go. All right, straight up. Less shit you have to deal with too that is possibly going to fail. So this is your magneto on the side, and you got your 2 spark plug wires. Okay, so if you're sitting on the bike, I wrote here front and rear. So this is the magneto. This is the hole that's facing the front, and the one in the back. The front goes to the right side spark plug, and the rear hole in the magneto goes to the left side. So when you're sitting on the bike, left side, right side spark plugs. All right, rear hole off your magneto when you're sitting on the bike, the one furthest away goes to the left side. This one goes that. That's the whole system. Primary and all this shit secondary, and that's it for that BSA. So I've already started snipping away, and I've got all the loose. There was one that broke, one of them disconnected. That's why the freaking tail light wasn't working down here, and then there's one down there that's busted. I got caught up on shit, so I'm gonna re-zip tie this shit and clean this all up, the wiring. All right, and I'm gonna make another video right now with that in hand, and I'll walk you through it on the bike, actually on the bike. All right, so here, look. So like I was saying, magneto, rear, front, rear, front, rear goes to the left side. See, if you follow this, it goes back, and it's on the left side when you're sitting on the bike. Right side when you're sitting on the bike comes down here, goes to the front. See, to the front. That's it. That's all you need right here. This thing fires it up. To shut the bike down, you need gas, spark plugs that are gapped right, that aren't fucking fouled, right? You ground it. You just push, tap, make this contact. When this brass goes like that and touches, that's what shuts the bike down. You got to hold it down good. You feel a little tingle in your finger, but other than that, it just shuts the bike down. That's how you just kick start the bike and shut it down right there. That's it. There's no key. There's nothing. Simple. Petcock's on. Fuel, I got fuel in here, obviously. Fires right up. That's the primary system. Now I'm gonna go over the secondary system, and I'm making a second video for that. All right, the secondary system, the lighting, okay, it's gonna take a little longer because there's more wires. You see up here, I got a ground. That's the ground, this green wire, and the bottom of here, you got 2 wires, a green and a blue. It comes out, comes up here, and then this just splits off that way. It goes back down. This is running straight back, down the backbone, all the way back. That's this blue one, all right? Goes all the way down, and it connects right here. Okay, see, and so this is your brake pedal. It's connected. When you brake, it pulls the spring, which opens and closes this. This is your brake light relay. All right. So if there's this hole right here, the little bolt goes through this hole. So when you pull up on down like that, it pulls this like that, and the spring, when you pull on that spring, that little tab, when it opens like that, that's braking the system. When it closes back that, it closes it. When you open and close the system, that open and closes current to the brake light. The tail light stays on constant. All right, and that's wired. So you got your tail light right here, black. Boom, constant power coming from this stator, this spark stator, into this power box, and power constantly comes out into here, into the system, sends it back that way. All right, so this is your sparks fucking stator, whatever. See the wire? It runs through here and it comes out the bottom, and it connects to those 2 yellow down there at the bottom on that power box, and then the red over there is grounded. All right, there's the ground right there, red. The 2 yellows go underneath those 2 wires coming out right there. that's connected to these two yellows. Okay, so if you're looking at this power box, the two yellow, they go underneath right there, boom. This pink, red, that's that ground. And then the black, this far one over here, it goes to here, splits off, comes down, comes all the way up to the light, all right? That's it. That's the whole secondary, your lighting system, right? That power box got 4 wires, two, that's it. And they split off into this, the relay, the brake, whatever you want to call it, the brake light switch. You can buy these for like $2 online all day, you know? So I think I might even be running the same shit on my panhead. No, it's a little different. This is, see the spring? This is a different brand, but same thing. When I step on this brake, see, look, it pulls that. That's opening. It goes back in. Now it's closed. That's what brake light. So that's that.